North Canterbury's Compass FM. On the phone this morning, we welcome Dean Eades from the Hurunui District Council. He is their Road Safety Coordinator. Good morning, Dean. How are you?
Hey, good morning. How's everything going, Steph? All right?
Good as gold, thank you. Now, this week we thought we'd talk around road safety because, conditions are obviously changing. And Road Safety Week, I believe, is coming up. Do you know what dates they are?
Yeah, what is it? A couple of weeks' time from here. So it's 17th to the 23rd.
That's the one.
Yeah. So of May, which we're going to be midway through, or at least a couple of weeks into the school term, which is the best time for it.
Indeed. No, so the theme this year for Road Safety Week, Dean, is Streets for Life. Just reminding people around about, keeping your speed low around the streets and the hearts of the communities. But we live in a quite wide, expansive area. What are some safety tips for us when we're out in the Hurunui district, especially on those open roads?
Yeah, absolutely. It's keeping to the speed limit. So whether you're out on the open road or most definitely within our urban centres, 50 means 50, and especially there are other intermittent signs that come on during the day that I'm sure everybody recognises, and especially that's around schools. And they're 40, so make sure that you do stick to those speed limits, and it certainly makes the local area, the areas that people have to traverse through our townships and areas, a whole lot easier than trying to fight against speeding traffic and trucks and what have you. Yeah,
definitely. As you're saying, and we mentioned, the hearts of the community, quite often people are driving through, especially, if you're heading through towards Hurunui. Just observe those speed limits and make sure you brake. Believe you need to be doing the speed at the sign that it is displaying. So like if it's 50, if you're coming from 100 down to a 50, you need to be doing 50 at that 50, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a bit of prior preparation, okay? And because more often than not, and especially, I'll give you a good example, Cheviot. So if you're coming from, say, the Kaikoura end of Cheviot, so north end of Cheviot, as soon as you come down that hill, you see the 50k zone, you've already had those signs that tell you that there's a 50 ahead of you coming up, but almost as soon as you pass that 50, you're right up to where the school is. So you've got to make sure that you are prepared to be at 50 at the 50 sign, so that for whatever instance might be, could be school children, might be people crossing over from the library, that's the kind of thing that you've got to be ready for.
Yeah, there really is no leeway. You should not be doing, 70 at, it's just slowing down. It's not a slow down type of a situation. It's you need to be doing it at that particular sign. Now, staying with the schools there, Dean, school buses. What's the rule around school buses that you're driving around past? Have you got some safety tips for us?
Absolutely. Hey, there's a lovely mnemonic out there, team. It's called 20k either way. And that's it. In fact, that's it.
Nice and easy.
20 kilometres either way. If you're passing a school bus that is picking up school children, even if you're following them or if you're heading towards it, you must slow down to 20 kilometres an hour. It is an enforceable offence, and I've been working with the local police in the area to get a bit harder on that. In fact, get a lot harder, because we, as a community, as a society, are just terrible at it. And we've got young, vulnerable children getting on and off on our state highways and our state byways, where trucks and cars and vans are just rocketing past. It's very, very concerning.
It is, and we need to protect a whole community. And the other thing is, you also need to be aware for people on cell phones. That's a real big kicker at the moment as well too, isn't it, Dean? Well, it always has been, but the emphasis has changed. It's now a $150 fine, and I believe 50 demerit points if you pull out your cell phone and you start talking on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Distraction is one of the biggest things that causes the most accidents and most harm on our road. People not concentrating on...
And we've lost him briefly. Hang on, you might come back. He is still there, Dean. We lost you briefly. As he says, distraction is the biggest rule. We might just catch up with the... You're back.
I'm back.
Oh,
sorry, my phone put me on mute. So distraction is the biggest thing, Steph. And it's you've just got to concentrate on the task at hand. If you don't, well then, you're potentially going to cause yourself and other drivers and passengers harm.
That's the one. And thank you so much. Unfortunately, we're run out of time for today. That's Dean Eades from the Hiranui District Council. He's the Road Safety Coordinator. And Road Safety Week, we can head over to their website, Road Safety, just look it up on the internet. It's from the 17th through the 23rd. Just take your time when you're out and about and look after everyone. Hey, Dean, thank you so much for the catch-up. We'll catch up with you next month.
Cheers. Hey, thanks very much, Steph. Catch up. Bye.
Thanks very much. That's Dean Eades from the Hiranui District Council.
Compass FM.